Morning, I'm John Nolan, and how about sharing with us some of your fondest memories of St. James?
The fair, I enjoy that very much every year. And secondly, and more importantly, I think, is the opportunity to be an extraordinary minister and see all the kids that I coached years ago now growing up and just friends and family, and being able to do that is like the highlight of my week.
It's been a blessing that we're part of this St. James Parish community.
We have met a lot of friends and parishioners who are very supportive to the parish, and also especially with our Filipino community.
And I would say that the best memory, even though I don't remember it, is my baptism, because I was not only baptized in Christ, but in this wonderful parish that has been my second family for my whole life, and probably as long as I live.
When I took Emma. Emma lived right across the street, so I pick her up, and I'm driving over, and she said, I'd love to go to communion, but I haven't been to confession. I pull up right here, and I see Father John walking around. So I go over and I said, there's a lady in the car that would love to speak with you about confession. So she rolled down the window, I took a little walk, and Father Jim came out and he said, what's going on over there? And I said, I think we're doing a drive-through confession. And Father John and Father Jim said, maybe we've started something.
I was baptized here and have had all of my sacraments here, so certainly I have great memories of here at St. James and just all of the family events that we have celebrated. It's just wonderful.
This has been my parish my whole life. So we've watched, family and friends baptize children here. We were married here, so that's most important. And the St. James community has become our extended family.
So it's just the overall, ambience of the church and the people. That's where I really get, a thrill out of coming to church and just trying to make their lives a little bit funnier, happier,
I used to go to school at the St. James School, and I had a lot of great memories with some of my classmates. And I made my communion and confirmation here, so it's a lot of fun memories.
My youngest, when he was about 2 years old, Father Jim was doing a sermon, and then he escaped from us and he walked right in front of the altar, and everybody was saw heaven's eyes. So it was a funny memory of us, but it was great. The people here are great.
And when we moved here, ever since, this has been our parish and our second home, and all our kids grew up in this parish, getting all their sacraments in here and celebrating all our family celebrations in this parish.
I remember we made the Rosary Garden. We helped make that, and I remember my communion, my confirmation.
Well, I'm in the choir, and we have a new pianist, Phil, who I think has enhanced our choir. So coming to the choir is a pleasure. Father Dave, oh my God, he brought so much happiness back to our church. So that's a fond memory.
One of my fondest memories is when Father David first came. COVID was things were lifting. It was ending. And all of a sudden, the baptismal font was going again, and our Holy Mother, Our Lady of Guadalupe, St. James, didn't have any more tape on it, and it was just a beautiful day, and it just showed a precedent of what the future was going to hold for us, and it's been just so wonderful.
My favorite part of being here was when I used to go to the school and making new friends. I also remember when we did field day.
I started in 7th grade, St. James, and my 8th grade graduating class was the first graduating class ever. So I go back a long way, and I still remember the principal, Sister Elizabeth Ann. She was also an amazing teacher. Yes.
We were so blessed, my family and I, my children who attended the school, to be part of the building and watching the whole process of getting our beautiful new church. So it was a beautiful ceremony. Whenever I look around, I remember the blessing of the walls and just the pomp and circumstance of it. It was beautiful, and I will treasure that always.
Went to St. James practically my whole life, going to school here. It was such an enjoyable experience. Still have friends from there to this day, and this has been my home for over 50 years. And I love it here. I love it.
One of my fondest memories is baptizing my child here. That was the most glorious day, truly, of my life. and Father Jim performed the baptism. We had so many beloved family members here to join us, and it was I waited all my life to be a mother. So needless to say, it was a extraordinary day that day.
Victoria, she was born during the pandemic, and it was a struggle for us, being away from the church, and then, having the opportunity to actually bring her after it was close to 2 years, to be able to come back together as a family for us was, was very impactful for us.
Aside from the baptism of both our kids here at the church, I really enjoyed participating in the young adults group. We made lifelong friends and we shared a lot of memories, and we really got a chance to share our faith with a lot of other adults our age. So it was nice.
There's just, St. James has been there for everything. It's my home. We baptized my children here. I met my husband here. We buried my mom here. Hughes was ordained through St. James. There's just so many memories, I can't pick one. But it's home, and that's what's important.